parts 1 through 3 already, and the links are down below if you want to go ahead and check those videos. But today part 4 is going to be about our spiritual self. So if you're ready to watch, keep watching. So today we're going to talk about our spiritual self. So when we talk about self-care, we're talking about taking care of ourselves, from the inside out. So we talked about kind of our emotional side. We've talked about our physical side and why those parts are important, but it's also important to talk about our spiritual part, right? For me, spirituality means having some type of guidance, something that's going to help to guide me through life, and help me find a purpose for me. Connecting with your soul, connecting with your purpose. So that's kind of the way I look at it, with spirituality. So I'm going to go over 5 ways that I have tried meeting my spiritual needs, and I'm sure that many of you have many others. This could be a very long discussion, but I'm just going to go over 5 of them, and feel free to add, feel free to comment, and talk about the different ways that you guys meet your self-care with your spiritual self. The first one is meditation. Before, I used to not be able to meditate just because my thoughts were kind of race. I thought it was extremely difficult. I started getting into meditation late last year when I really needed to manage my anxiety in taking my an exam that I had to take. And one of the ways that I read that helped with managing anxiety was kind of doing some meditation to calm yourself down, and I found it extremely difficult. But practice makes perfect. So although I'm not perfect at it, I have incorporated it into my daily routine. So every day, at least for the last, I'm going to say, 2 to 3 months, I have incorporated into my morning routine. So basically, meditation is a great way for us to kind of slow down and be still. One thing that I've learned is, the different brain waves. So when we are like in a beta brain wave, it's when we're active. So we're actively moving, we're actively using our brains, and when you are more meditating, you're gonna drop down to the alpha brain wave, which is basically when your brain is kind of slowed down. So your brain waves are kind of going a little slower. I also call it, like yin and yang. And I don't remember which one is which, but you have to kind of, it's work, but you also have to rest. So meditation is a good way of doing that, of resting your brain, giving yourself some time to just to be quiet, to be still. I personally love doing the guided meditations, so I follow a lot of guided meditations here on YouTube, and that's just something that helps me, because if I try to just meditate on my own without someone guiding me, then I get kind of lost. I get into my thoughts. So when someone is kind of guiding me through it, it helps me. But I'm sure that there's plenty of other ways that you can meditate. There's tons of different meditation styles, and I'm just learning about it. So if that's something that interests you, I would definitely encourage it. What I like to do is I like to find a space that's nice and quiet and dedicate time just for meditation. So as you can see, I am in my little meditation area right now, where I have this backdrop, which is kind of like the chakras that I purchased. I have a nice little rug. I have a little pillow that I sit on. I will, turn on a candle. I actually have this candle that I purchased from, I believe it's TJ Maxx, but it smells really good. Lavender and sandalwood. I turn this on just to kind of first have the light. I like having the light, kind of that candle. It just kind of brings me, it makes me feel peaceful, but also the scent kind of helps me. And I also use something called Palo Santo, which is a holy wood that I started to research, and it's all about like helping to get rid of negative energy. So I like to use that in the mornings before I meditate, to kind of just take out any type of energy that might be around me. Um, it's a piece of wood. This one's pretty used up because I use it pretty much every day. And that's the way that I like to meditate. So I like to kind of get into a calm, quiet space. I also have a Himalayan rocks salt lamp that I turn on. And yeah, so those are some of the things that I do to meditate. But again, everyone does it differently, so you can just do what works best for you. Another thing is praying or believing in some type of a higher power. So if if you believe in God, or if you believe in any other spiritual being, um, praying is a great way to bring your tap into your spiritual side. Kind of just praying to whatever God you believe in, every night. And I've heard many people, um, they depend on that. Like they practice that and they believe in it and it works for them and it brings them a sense of peace. So praying is another great way of being more in tap with your spiritual self. Just like I said, being believing in a higher power, whatever that is for you. For some that is God. For some, they like to just believe in the universe, or they like to believe in spirit. Whatever it is, it doesn't really matter. What matters is that you have some type of spiritual guidance that kind of helps you to feel just grounded. It makes you feel connect with your soul, and just gives you like a purpose. It kind of guides you. So anything that you can connect with that can help you feel at peace, it helps you kind of just surround yourself with a way to really just connect with your soul, I say. Another way is journaling, and I put it under this because journaling can also be a very great tool to pretty much meditate, right? Tapping into your soul, tapping into like deep rooted thoughts and feelings that you might have. This can really be very I've heard of everybody who's used it. I've heard of people who've used it, and they swear by journaling. I know I do. Journaling is one of the ways that I love to connect with myself, my soul, my purpose. Um, but it can really become very meditative if you really use it as a tool to kind of process. Um, so there's a lot that journaling can really do for you on a spiritual, on a soul kind of space. So journaling, I definitely think is another tool that you could use. Besides that, I say anything that helps you to feel grounded, that helps you feel at peace. Some of the things that I have learned about and have been using are crystals. So I've been learning about crystals and understanding their power, or their the way what helps them to bring us a sense of calmness, love, just so much that crystals can really help us with. So I've been, for me, the clear quartz is one of my favorite ones. This one's said to be a very healing crystal. So I have a necklace with a crystal on, with this type of crystal, and I wear it every day to kind of help me to just feel just that I'm in a good space, calm, and it just makes me feel really just connected. So that's one that I use. I've also started to get into the chakras. So learning about the different chakras and which each one represents, and how you can balance them, and how you can be out of balance with your chakras, and if you don't know what a chakra is, it's just different energy points in our bodies. And if you look at the thing back here, these are the chakras. So each one represents something different. It's some different energy points because we are all made of energy. So these are little spots in our bodies that they kind of represent different parts of ourselves. So I might not be explaining it right because I honestly am just starting to learn about it, but basically that's what kind of the chakras are. I also use affirmation cards. So affirmations are another very powerful tool that we could use to really help ourselves to feel our best. It helps us to just bring on and create messages of positivity and self-worth and self-love. So affirmations is another great area, and I think I will do a video on affirmations just because for me affirmations um, work really well. I love using affirmation cards. One of my favorites that I bought is this one called the Super Attractor Affirmation Deck. This one I actually got from Hay House, which is a online store that they sell different types of oracle cards and affirmation cards, books, and they have they're very pretty. So this is the back of it, and then it has different messages on the front of it. And what I really like to do is I like to just shuffle them up, and then I would just randomly pick one up. And this one says, when I'm connected to spirit, I feel a sense of certainty, magnitude, and ease that I've never known before. Very pretty. And I pick one every morning, and I might, journal about it. I might meditate on it, or I might just post it somewhere where I see it every day, and just to kind of remind me. So those are things that I use. I have also used some oracle cards. One of my favorite ones are the Moonology deck. They are really, really pretty. I got this from Hay House too. And there's different ways that you could use them, but just to show you some of them, they're very pretty. And then they come with a little booklet that kind of tells you about the cards. So those are some of the ones that I use. And I just, in the mornings, I'll just pick one out, read the message, and then I will think about the message and how it applies to me. And it's just like little positive messages and guidance that helps me personally. And everybody has their thing. Some people will use the Bible, some people use praying, other people, they pray. I just said pray. Reading. Reading is another way to really get up on your different spiritual topics. That's what I do too. And like I said, journaling. So you can get like a regular journal, or you can get different ones. This is another one that I have, which is called Creating My Creative Life, Rediscover Your Creativity. So it's a way to has little different messages, and you kind of journal and draw things like that because I love art. But those are my that's my take on your spiritual side. Like I said, this is a topic that we can probably break each one up and do a video on it in itself. And if anyone's interested, I'll definitely I can do that. I definitely will do an affirmation one because, like I said, affirmations are one of the ways that have helped me immensely. Especially with the I am messages, which they say are very powerful because an I am message only applies to you. So using I am messages and saying them to yourself repeatedly. But anyways, let me not get on a tangent on that. I'll make another video for that. So just to wrap it up, so number one is meditation. So using meditation to kind of let you kind of just be still, and kind of just bring yourself to more a centered space. Maybe praying is another great one, believing in some type of a higher power, such as, God, spirit, the universe. Journaling can become a very meditative tool that you can use to connect with your spiritual side. And using different tools, like some of the ones that I have. Let me know which tools you kind of go to. I didn't go through all of them. I said crystals and the Palo Santo, using sage. People, have different signs, like a spiritual animal, which for me is the dragonfly. And so I have this really pretty dragonfly charm that I found. And for me, the dragonfly came to me several times. Randomly, just randomly. I was at the lake one day, another day I was in another location. They've come to me in different forms. They've come to me in jewelry. They will just pop up and I lift it up and it means transformation. And just the meaning behind it, I connected with it so much that I said this is my spirit animal. But anyways, that's kind of my video for today with your spiritual self, and I would like to hear your thoughts on it. So let me know, how do you do with your spiritual side, or what tools do you use? What methods do you use? Have you meditated before? Is there something that you kind of go to? So let's share that in the comments below. I look forward to reading your comments. And part 5 will be coming out, which will be putting it all together. So thank you so much for watching. And if you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button. I'm going to be uploading videos once a week. And you can get notified whenever I upload a video, especially if you're following along with this series. You get notified when I upload the next video. And you can be part of my YouTube family. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope that you guys join me on my next video. Take it easy. Bye-bye.